Yeah, excited. But like I said to the team, that just makes you more hungry to continue on. That's a great football team. We found a way in the midst of adversity. We embraced the adversity. We played championship defense, and it takes everybody and every single buddy in that room. And we're excited to move on. But all that did was make us hungry to keep going.
How much did on Jalen's health? I know he went back in the game.
I haven't talked to anybody there, so he came back in. Yeah.
How much did the conditions affect the way you coach?
Yeah, it affects it, especially as that. As the field continues to gather snow, I think it neutralizes things. It has an effect on the game, and we were able to protect the ball, and we were able to force some turnovers. In the midst of it, we had some great individual efforts, and yeah, of course that plays a part of it. But everything plays a part of it, right? That's why we take advantage of when we can go outside, and be out there in the elements, and because every little thing matters. And the conditions got sloppy today, and we all had to play in it, and we found a way.
Given the conditions, how much of a luxury is it to have Saquon Barkley, who's able to?
Given the conditions or not in the conditions, it don't matter. It's a luxury to have him. That's for darn sure. Love him. I can't say enough good things about him and the leadership that he brings to this football team, and just everything he brings to this football team. He's special.
At the end of the first half, you kind of let 20 seconds or so before the final play. What was the thought process there?
Yeah, we took the sack before that. We were out of field goal range in that particular case. We played it how we thought that was. You got to make those decisions in split seconds. You don't think you're going to be. You got to play the decision. If you get first down, you got to play the decision. If you don't get any yards and it's incomplete pass, you got to play the decision there. And so it's a matter of going through all those things. You can't make those decisions. I've read about this a lot within Bill Walsh's book. You cannot make those decisions in the heat of the moment. You got to make those. You got to think about all those before the play, and that's what we wanted to do in that situation. And bummer that we didn't come out with any points there. But we played it how we wanted to play it in that situation.
What happened on that sack and a few others, and obviously the one that he took?
Yeah, and that one it felt like we just weren't on the same page. If you guys, I can't see exactly everything that happened on each individual play. We'll have to look at the tape on some of it. But we got to fight to be on the same page in every category. They had a free rusher on that one, and so that's a tough situation to be in. And I'll have to, we talked about it on the sideline, and we just all have to be on the same page. You can't have negative plays in that area, but it's never just one thing. It's always. Again on that one, on that particular play, again I'll have to watch the tape. Looked like we got some leakage in the middle, and they covered it pretty good. I didn't think there was anywhere to go with the football right there, but we got to find a way to get out of that. But they covered it good. Sometimes in these situations, you have to. We're going to do everything like we can do to. We live to see another day, but we'll do everything we can do to fix the issues that happened today. But sometimes the issues, just like I said to the team this week, is good plays from the opponent. The further you get along in this, the more it's going to be, hey, the opponent made a really good play, and how do you embrace the adversity? And I think our guys really did a good job. We give up the safety, and then the defense finds a way to, Jaylen knocks the ball out. Isaiah almost takes it for a touchdown. And we found a way to, recover. After that, Jake did a good job of kicking that ball off to be able to put. And now they got to the 35, but under those conditions, that was good by our kickoff team.
You mentioned those two turnovers, and especially how they played championship defense to not fully capitalize on those opportunities. How much are you stressing?
We did enough. We did enough to win the game.
In Jalen's case in particular, on the safety and the sack on your last drive. Why drop?
I'm sorry, Tex.
On the safety and the sack on the last drive, the second down sack. Why the deep drops there when he's struggling moving there with the injury?
We did what we thought we needed to do in that particular case. Again, we'll always look at play calls. It's everything. It's going to be play calls. It's going to be the defense made a play. It's going to be there's a lot of things that attribute to that. Again, we found a way. Defense found a way to get a stop. And that's good team football. There's going to be times the offense has to pick up the defense. There's going to be times the defense has to pick up the offense. There's going to be times that the special teams gets a fumble to start the game. Whatever we got to do to move on and then fix the mistakes from there.
Jaylen Carter's game touchdown, Saquon's. Was he pushing with the coaches for that particular play? For that?
No, I think, I think that the coaches did a good job of coming up with that play, and the players did a good job of executing that play. We get a lot of good input, though, from the players as the game goes on. They're the ones out there making the plays, and they're the ones out there that are seeing everything. Like, you can see a lot, but you can't see everything. You can't see what the issues are always. And so, again, just a great team effort by everybody.
You mentioned the forced fumble with Jaylen Carter. Also, the big sack late that put Matthew back in a difficult situation. Then he had the pressure there. His growth as a player in his second year.
Yeah, he's a special player. Jaylen Carter is a special player, and he's just done so many of the right things to continue to make himself a special player. Can't say enough about Vic and the job that he does of putting him in position to succeed. Clint Hurt, man, Clint Hurt is a special coach that has helped Jaylen, and then all the credit goes to Jaylen, who's continued to get better. Jaylen's consistently done the right things in and out of the building, from his conditioning to his weight to his style of play. And Jaylen Carter, man, he's special. Like, it's not – I go back to Mount Union, and anytime there was a game like this with snow on the ground, or there was a game where the field conditions were crappy. I remember Larry Karras always saying to me, the pass rush ain't going to be getting there this time, and it's going to be you can have a big day today, Nick. And for him to rush the passer the way that he did, and our group rush the way that we did in moments of where the footing wasn't great, that to me, that was a championship effort by the defense, and we earned a right to play for a championship, the NFC Championship this week against a really good football team. But Jaylen Carter, I can't say enough good things about his development as a player, and the reason that happens, it just doesn't happen because of talent. He's talented as you guys see it. He's so talented, but. This league, there's a lot of guys that are talented, and it takes more than talent to reach your potential, and he's continuing to rise, and that speaks a lot to Jaylen Carter.
How about Oren Burks in terms of when you go into your bye, was there ever a level of concern for you? And then coming out of there, what adjustments? Because guys said they noticed a little more attention to detail and things like that was being asked of them. What did you? Yeah,
I don't know. I think we've been the same ever since we got here, to be quite honest with you. I think if you ask the players, they'll say that we've been the same as coaches ever since we got here. Attention to detail has always been there. The accountability has always been there. The toughness has always been there. The togetherness has always been there. And so, you just double down on those types of things. 2-2 seems like a long time ago. We're here where we are now. I think we're battle-tested from some of the stuff. We embrace the adversity. We're battle-tested from some of the things that we went through last year, had to kind of drag ourselves through the mud to get to this position. We had to drag ourselves through the mud through the early starts and a lot of the doubts, and now here we are right now. But that's the way football goes. It's the way life goes, and hopefully these guys are learning. We talk a lot about it, and hopefully these guys are learning through the ups and downs. You can pick yourself up and go again, and that's the great thing about coaching is that you take opportunities to do that, to help these guys not only become better football players, but to become better men. And that's why I think that's why I got into this, seeing the impact my dad had on his players when I was a little kid, and the impact that the great coaches like Chris Kranz had on me, and my dad had on me, and Larry Karras had on me, and Frank Reich had on me, and Todd Haley had on me, and Brian Dable had a big impact on me. And so, yeah.
Two more reaction last night from the Washington game.
How are we going to win this game here today? We didn't give a crap. It doesn't make for a good story, but we didn't give a crap about anything but this game.
What can you say about Oren Burks and the game he had stepping in?
Miss Nakobe like crazy. I love Nakobe Dean. I think I've made that very clear how I feel about him. Missed him, but Oren. I had no doubt that he was going to step in and play a good game. You know, he's around great players on defense. You know, Bobby King put him in, helped him become, you know, help him be successful in those moments too with the fundamentals that they work on. Vic put him in position to succeed, and Oren went out and played a good game and made some big tackles. There was a screen that could have got out of there, that he was right there to make a play. How many tackles did he have? I don't know. 6 tackles. Yeah, he you know, every time he's stepped on the field, he's played really good football. I mean, how about Howie and his staff of the job they've done to get some of these guys in here that are the backups that have had to play significant times in this year. It's hard for me to go. Like Isaiah had to play the whole game today, did some really good things. You know, Fred. I mean, the list goes on, and so you know, all the credit goes to Oren because he's the one out there, you know, battling. Proud of him. Proud of the effort that he had, but to say I was surprised by it, not even a little bit, because he's a warrior and he gives everything he's got to this. He's a special teammate. The guys really respond to him. We got some special people in this building. Again, it's not the best groups of individuals as wins. It's the best teams that win, and we got some special guys. Howie did a great job of getting these. I can't say enough about Howie and the job that he's done. Like, I find myself after every game, like, just thanking him, thanking Mr. Laurie for the resources that they give us. Let's go try to do some special stuff next week.
What did you feel after that game in Washington? What have you seen from them as a team as the years gone on?
Last time when we lost to them? Yeah, you know, it was a hard-fought battle. They got us in that one, and, you know, I got a lot of respect for Coach Quinn and the job that he's done. I knew he was, you know, going against him so many times when we was the Cowboys. I knew how special of a coach he is. He's got those guys playing really good. We're going to be battling for a lot of years to come, and we get to battle here this week in the NFC Championship game. Credit to them. They're a really good football team, really well coached, really good players. Got a lot of respect for that team that's going to be coming in here, and you know, we'll do everything we can to get ready for this game. Does anybody else have anybody? One?
No. All right, great.
Go ahead.
When it comes to Isaiah Rodgers, when you look at the way that he played, he's coming in and replaced a couple guys like Slade. What have you made of him, like, in the role that you give him?
He's a playmaker. He's a playmaker, and I know he gave up a couple today, but he was also in good positions and made some big plays. He just has a knack to make big plays when he's in. He's from the block kick to Tampa Bay, from the deflection on Jamar Chase in the Cincinnati game to the scoop fumble today that he almost took to the house, to the kickoff returns. Like, he finds a way to make plays. Again, just the depth and the people. It always comes down to the people. I always just appreciate the people, and Isaiah's special.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Jaylen, how do you feel physically? I know you went to medical temp, but how'd you come out of the game?
It's a tough game, a challenging game. I was able to finish the game and see how the week goes.
Were there separate injuries? Like at the end of the half, it looked like you were slow to get up. You were late coming out of the tunnel, and then of course you had the one that sent you to the tent in the second half.
No. Jaylen, what's it mean to be at this point in the season and playing for the right to go to the Super Bowl? It means everything. This is what you work for. This is what all of our energy, all of my energy has been geared towards.
What was it like playing in the snow today?
It was a new experience. It was a new experience. Definitely, next time that happens, I'll be able to look back and pull from this game and be better from it.
What kind of things would you pull from the game about playing in these conditions?
Well, the communication is important. The fundamentals are important. And just being in attack mode. But I think those are all things that generally you should be focused on anyways, regardless of the conditions. And so I want to give a ton of credit to the team we just played. You know, they've evolved as the years gone on, and offensively, defensively, been very, very efficient in what they do. We talked about their front seven all week and how they're able to affect the passer, and they did that tonight. And on the other side of the ball, they were able to move the ball at certain points, but our defense nutted up and played a hell of a game, got some crucial turnovers in those moments. And it's, you know, I just attest that to the work that everyone has put in and be able to come out here and play in a snow game.
I just want to clarify, Jaylen, you said I'm sorry, for this week, you said you'll see how the week goes. Is your status uncertain for next week?
Great question. No, I was just seeing how the week would go, seeing how things progress.
So you think you feel confident you'll play next week, I guess?
Yeah.
Joe, what's it
What do you
like
take
watching
away
from the
pressure that you faced today and the sacks and the decisions behind those, specifically towards the end of the first half and the second? What do you take from those?
Say that again?
What do you take from the pressure you faced today and the sacks, specifically at the end of the first half and the safety? What do you pull from those?
I have to watch the film to be able to assess it better, but rhythm is everything. Rhythm is everything, and we just got to be able to find our rhythm on what we do. And rhythm doesn't mean quick passes, long passes, or whatever. It's just finding our niche and what we do. And I think what we've been able to do this year in terms of what our rhythm is, it's, we love to start out fast, some type of way, get some explosives and pop some in the second half, pop some big-time explosive plays in the second half. I think Saquon has been tremendous at that. Rain, sleet, or snow, he's been able to pound, and then take it off, and I think that was fun. That was cute. I say just being able to pop it off first for once.
Yeah, you popped off one in the first.
Yeah.
Well, what made that counterplay work there?
Saquon needed a break, so I told him I'd do it first.
What was your view of?
Give me a piece.
What was your view of the play Jaylen Carter makes when the Rams have the ball and they're marching to potentially win the game? Had the sack on 3rd and 2, 13-yard sack, put him in 4th and 15, I think it was.
It's just a great defensive play. Great defensive play. You're sitting there, watching from the sideline, and my mindset is preparing for 2 minutes, just getting ready for the game and what's going to be demanded of the offense and myself to go out there and win it. But our defense went out there and ended it on their terms, and can be more proud of them for that.
Jaylen, is a game like that meant to be challenging than 40 degrees in summer?
I think if you have the right mental approach, they're all the same. It all bounces back on your preparation, how you prepared. Certain conditions, the conditions are different in each game, but being able to say I prepared for whatever is going to come. So it was a different game, but we were able to weather the storm, and that took complementary football. That took big-time plays on offense in the right moments. That took big-time plays on defense in the right moments, and special teams being able to play the way they did. And I'd love to capitalize on those turnovers when we had those opportunities, and we will the next time around. But, just happy we were able to pull this one out and get a win as a team.
Jaylen, are you happy that you're going to get another shot at the Commanders after the way the last game turned out?
Just excited for the next opportunity.
Does it matter to the Commanders?
It wouldn't have mattered.
As a quarterback, you're obviously at the mercy of the defense to get you back on the field. What does it do for you, kind of having a defense where you're probably going to get right back out there? Just stop after stop from these guys. What does it do for you psychologically on the sidelines?
I don't know that we even processing it that way, or we're taught to process it that way. We're just focused on going out there and trying to put our best foot forward. But it was a game where there was some blows thrown on each side, and our defense showed up, and they were able to turn the ball over in crucial moments. And I think that's always a hidden secret in everything. A hidden gem is winning a turnover battle, and we were able to do that. We've been able to do that, and that's been a big reason why we've been winning a lot of games.
It looks like Saquon said something to you before that 78-yard touchdown. Did you recall what he said?
No.
You guys started deep in your own territory several times, twice within your 10. How did that change how, or at least influence how you were approaching those drives?
It's, again, for me, I just going out there and trying to execute what's called and get first downs. I think that might be a Kellen or Nick question.
You guys haven't thrown leading into this game. There haven't been many shots down the field, but you took some this game in the first half. What did you like about those opportunities, and what kept you guys from making them happen?
Just didn't connect this time around. It's been a minute in general since we've done that as a whole, and so I think holistically as an offense, we just want to go out there and take advantage of all the opportunities we have at hand and continue to learn from them.